Alright everybody, hi and welcome to this week's episode of Matador Express. I'm Everett and I'm the sports editor here at the Daily Toreador.
And I'm Quintin Marquez. I'm a sports writer here at the DT. So we've got a lot to talk about this week. We've got Big 12 Player of the Week for soccer team.
Oh yeah.
We've got a volleyball team beat Oklahoma, which hasn't happened in I don't know how long. And we've got an undefeated team here at Texas Tech. Oh, and I just got to add one more thing. We got sent this award. They wanted me to present this to you.
Wow. I'm so honored.
I'm saying we're winning awards, winning games, playing conference, everything, and that's how we do it around Texas Tech. Everett, I was out of town last week for the wedding.
Yeah, you were.
My cousin, congratulations. I had to miss some awesome soccer because of you. Can you tell me what happened at the soccer games?
Yeah, man, I took on a couple Florida teams last week. Friday night, it was a wild one out there, man. We took on Florida Atlantic. Tech went up early, got the 1-goal lead, and then Florida Atlantic tied it, and we went up 2-1, got the win. The crazy part, though, of this game was the weather. Tech coach Tom Stone talking about it after the game. He picked the beginning of the game, he wanted to go against the wind. That way, the second half, they could go with the wind, maybe get some goals to pad that lead. Turns out, they come out for the second half. The wind is blowing the opposite direction, so they're going against the wind, full 90 minutes of the game. Plus, second half, it's raining, so it's raining sideways. Girls are running into the wind that's blowing straight at them the whole game. It was crazy. I don't know how they played through that, but it was a tough-fought game. There was a little bit of concern late in the game, that Friday night game. Janine Becky went up to get a header, came down a little bit, hurt, and she came out of the game for like the last 5 minutes, but Stone said just some cramps. She came back in and played Sunday. The Sunday game was the good game. That was the game you should not have missed, man. I know you're having fun of your cousin's wedding, but Sunday afternoon, not as loud at the John Walker Soccer Complex, but man, was it a good game. They took on South Florida, playing South Florida. They get up early, 10 minutes into the game. Allie Murphy, I don't know how many of y'all were watching their playoff run last year in the NCAA playoffs. Allie Murphy had put one in on a free kick from about midfield. She did the exact same thing again, like 10 minutes into the game. Took a free kick, put it in the back of the net. Tech goes up 1-0. In the second half, USF comes back. They come back tied up at 1, so we've got to go into overtime. Still tied 1-1. Go through the first overtimes. Nobody can break the score. 2-1. Tech's going 1-1. Second overtime. Tech's going with the win. Again, Allie Murphy takes another free kick. This time, Stone said they had some players screen the goalkeeper, so it helped her out a little bit. She puts another free kick in from just inside midfield. Ends up earning Big 12 Player of the Week after those two beautiful, beautiful goals. I think she was more shocked than anybody that she got both those in. They were celebrating like crazy on the field afterward, and it was a crazy win on Sunday afternoon, man.
Allie Murphy, you keep on doing what you do because you do it so well. You know what I'm saying?
She was killing it.
Now that sounds like it was a great weekend. Coming up this weekend is probably going to be even bigger because this week they're starting their Big 12 conference play, and they're going against OU. Now, if you remember last year, OU beat Tech at Tech 1-0.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this game. What do you think is going to happen?
You know, man, they did get that loss last year. I think it took them a while to get a conference win last year. But I think Tech's going to go on the road. They're feeling confident. I know they've got a lot of freshmen. You talked some about that. They get a lot of freshmen, but I think they're ready for Big 12 play. I think it'll take some work. They may get a tie in this opening game, but I don't know. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, honestly, the fact that we have so many freshmen, OU thinks like, oh, they don't have that many experienced people. All these freshmen, they probably don't know what's going on. No, these freshmen are here to play. These freshmen some of them are starting, some of them are coming right off the bench.
Definitely.
These girls are here to play, so OU needs to watch out and pay attention to their tape because these freshmen are here to play.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup Friday night, and then on Sunday, Tech will still be on the road. They're not going to be playing at the John Walker all weekend. They will be in California, sunny California, taking on Cal State Northridge for their last non-conference game of the season. Should be a tough matchup for them, but last non-conference game before we get into the meat of the Big 12 conference schedule.
And you know, speaking of OU, Texas Tech is getting really familiar with OU because not only are we going to play them in soccer, but yesterday the volleyball team played them in volleyball. Great game, great match. I was there. It took 5 sets.
5 sets.
For Texas Tech to overcome OU.
First time since 2005. That's 10 years we haven't beat. It's a full decade we haven't beat OU. Now it's an OU team that's down. They're 6-7 after that loss, so it's not like a conference power that we're taking down. But it is a good Big 12 win and gets Coach Flora's team some confidence going into some more conference play. And I think after last year they still didn't finish above 500. I think they can do it this year after They're 12-3 now after that win against OU. It's looking like more and more like they can finish with an above 500 record for the first time in quite a while here at Texas Tech.
Well, I mean, yesterday it was really, I don't want to say choppy, but it was getting aggressive out there. Almost as if it was a UFC fight, 5-on-5. Coaches kept on having to stop the game, doing reviews, because they could do a special, like a replay now.
Added for this year, they got the instant replay. They get 3 challenges in a game.
The coaches took well advantage of that. They replayed on almost every play.
Yeah.
That was questionable, at least a little bit. But it was getting pretty choppy out there, and eventually Tech did pull it out, so that's great for them.
It's a good win, yeah. I know this weekend they're going to be on the road for their first road conference game. They're going to be at Iowa State in the Hilton Coliseum, taking on the Cyclones and trying to stay undefeated in that conference record. And last, but certainly not least. Yeah, definitely not here in Texas. The last team that will get on the Big 12 conference bandwagon is the Texas Tech football team. And this year, unlike last year, we're going to be going into Big 12 conference play with a 3-0 undefeated record.
That's 3 and 0 losses.
Because last week, we went on the road on ESPN, 6 o'clock start, primetime start. We go on the road on ESPN2, and we beat Arkansas 35-24. Quintin, what did you think of that performance?
Dude, I did not get to see the game because, again, I was at a wedding. Darn that wedding. But anyways, I got home later on that night, saw Sports Center. All I know is, da-na-na. Texas beats Arkansas? Are you kidding me? Who saw this coming?
Man, it was crazy. Good
game. Who
game.
saw this coming? I did not see it at all. I was like, well, golly, those Razorbacks sure are good. Hope we do okay. And then all of a sudden, bam, the Red Raiders are here, and we take the game 35-24.
Post-game press conference, Cliff's talking about kicking people's asses. He's showing some emotion that he hasn't shown at press conferences before. Love the fire from Cliff. Love the fire from the players on the field. Pat Mahomes, players were talking about after the game. He's got ice water in his veins. And then your boy, tell me about Jakeem Grant. What did you do?
Dude, my boy Grant, number 11. The dude runs the ball. This game, he gets the ball thrown to him, runs it for a TD. My boy Grant, you could do it all.
Throwing a touchdown.
I think they call him the legend. You are living up to that name. The only thing I haven't seen this kid do is hand out waters at the game, which he could do if he wanted to. He does everything on the football field.
Yeah, man, he killed it.
And talking about Kingsbury, I mean, before the Arkansas game, Kingsbury was like Ryan Gosling from Remember the Titans. He's Ryan Gosling from The Notebook, yelling at people and taking names and doing business. But you know what? You do what you do, because you're coaching this team to success, man. 3-0, starting off.
This weekend's going to be tough again. We got number 3 ranked TCU coming into town. A lot of people predicted them to be Big 12 champions again this year after being co-champions with Baylor last year. I try not to sound like a homer on this show, try not to be biased. But Quintin, I think the Red Raiders got a chance. We got kind of a defense for TCU. They don't have 7 of their starters. Not going to have this weekend. So from injuries, from some other problems that they've had off the field, TCU not going to have 7 of their starters this weekend on defense. And the Tech offense has been torching defenses so far this year. What do you think is going to happen in this weekend's game, man?
You don't like sounding biased? I don't mind sounding biased. Texas Tech is a dominant football team right now. TCU, like you said, missing 7 of their defensive players. Well, guess what? Texas Tech is an offensive team. They love whenever you don't have your starting defensive players.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Pat Mahomes, you remember Utah Jazz, they had Stockton Malone?
Yeah.
Well, Texas Tech's got a Stockton and Mahomes. My boy Stockton scored, I don't know how many touchdowns last game. How many was it?
I think he just had the 1 touchdown on that crazy run. He just broke up the middle, found himself a little seam. He just like burst of speed. It's like he had like a turbo booster or something like that. He just took off running in the end zone and got that touchdown.
Stockton and Mahomes, that's their new name. My boy Mahomes, you're doing great. Keep seeing the ball. Keep giving the ball to Grant because that dude is going to run. But the guys are doing great football right now, man. You really can't be mad.
Man, they are. I know a lot of people took, like I said, picked TCU to win the conference. Do you think they're going to be up there at the end of the season?
Honestly, it takes defense to win football games, and if you're missing 70 of your starting defensive players, that's not what you plan to go out into the season with. There's going to be a lot of adjustments, and I don't think they're going to be as high as people thought, unless those guys come back pretty soon, which I don't know how long they'll be suspended or anything like that, but for those games, I mean, they can't expect to lose or win every one of them.
Yeah, I know Gary Patterson's a great defensive mind. He's been a great defensive coach in this league for a while, but I'm not sure just with that lack of players, lack of his starters that he thought he was going to have back. I'm
saying if you're watching an Aerosmith concert and the drummer can't play and they put me to drum for them, I'm a second string drummer. It's not going to sound like Aerosmith anymore. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That would not be good.
But that game is going to kick off this Saturday at 3:45 at the sold-out Jones AT&T Stadium. So I'm sure a lot of people will be watching. Will be there, and maybe you'll see one of us running around. You know, I'll be there. Just look at the north side of the football field. I'll be right by the end zone, actually.
Nice. I'll be up in the press box, and if y'all got suites on the west side and you're up there, come by, say hi to me. I'd love to talk to you, give you my autograph. I got this award.
He got this award. We got this together. Now. This guy is the man here, and I'll be there saying hi, kissing babies, doing what I do.
Yeah, guys, and if you aren't at the stadium, I know it's sold out. You can't make it for this great atmosphere this weekend. The game will be on TV on Fox. You can stay home, listen to the crowd cheer there, and check it out. It should be a fantastic game.
That is going to be awesome. Every Sport and Tech, you're doing great. Mr. Unbiased is happy for everybody, including you. I'm happy especially for you. But alright guys, this is going to wrap up this week's of the Matador Express. We hope to see you next week, and good game everybody. That's a good one.
That was a good one.